Spring is a time when our energy can be a little bit stagnant, and so can our lymphatic system. So today we're exploring a lovely herb that you may have in your garden or local to you that you can help to cleanse your lymphatic system and help lift you up. Today's herb is Gallium Aparine, also known as Cleavers and goosegrass, and there's other local names for it too. So today we're in my garden on my veggie patch that's waiting to be cleared, ready to be sown. Over the winter I let the weeds grow. I clear the beds down at the end of autumn when I clear all the last of the crops, and some of the crops might stay over winter, but those beds that I clear I allow to just kind of like grow their weeds, and then in the spring I like to harvest the weeds to use for whatever it is that I want to make or maybe need at that point in time. So here's my vegetable patch growing, full of lovely weeds, except they're not really weeds because they're all useful. A weed's something that we don't want, and I want what's growing here. So this lovely one here is the herb that we're exploring today. It's Gallium Aparine. It's quite sticky, so one of its other names is Sticky Willy, because you can throw it as a child, you can throw it at your friends and it will stick to their clothes. And it also sticks to itself, so it's a bit Velcro like, the skin. When it's really young it's more velvety, but as it gets older the stickiness of it really becomes much more apparent. At this stage it hasn't got any seeds on it, so this is the stage that I really want to harvest it because it's going to be really tender and easy to use. Just as a quick tour of my vegetable patch, here I also have red dead nettle. This is another lovely herb that we'll cover in another video. And this one here is herb Robert, which again I'll cover in another video. And this one here is just some poppies. And I do kind of like poppies, so I'm going to leave that there. I love to see them, and then I just pull them up at the end of the year. So these are the main herbs. There's a few others growing, but these are the main ones that are growing on my patch at the moment. So let's play with some cleavers. So make sure you're aware. I'll pop on a link to my website with a blog post about cleavers. Make sure you're really aware that this is what you're picking. So the ID will be on my website. The link will be below. Pick a good handful. What we're making today is a nice drink, a lymphatic cleanser. There's several different ways. I don't want any roots to come up. Make sure you've only got the gallium there, so just take out anything that's not that. So there's a simple handful there. What we're making today is a drink. So I'm just going to put it in a bowl of water to make sure I wash it. It grows quite quickly. Obviously if you're not foraging from your garden, make sure you've got permission from the landowner before you harvest. I'm just pushing them in there to wash. There's just a tiny bit of debris there that's come off. I'll just flick that out. There's a little tiny bit of grit. If it's particularly dirty, then you can always give it a second rinse. And then once you've rinsed it, once you've rinsed your herb, your Gallium Aparine, your cleavers, take it out of the bowl. Oh, I've got in there another piece of nettle, so just take that out because I don't want nettle in there today. And pop it in either a jar or a jug or whatever you want. Make sure that it's submerged in the water, and then pop a lid on it. And what I've done for mine, because water has a memory, I've written heal on my jar, and I've just used an acrylic painter there, so it washes off really easy. So I happened to write it on before I put the water in the jar. A little few drops of water run down and I had run marks, so I just dried it off and wrote over the top again, so it washes off really easy. I found these on, I think, eBay. So just acrylic painters that wash off nice and easy. That will help imprint a message. The Gallium Aparine is really lovely to help cleanse your lymphatic system and give you a good start and a boost, particularly if you're trying to detox. It's also useful when working with cancer because you can become quite poorly, but do your own research on that. Leave it in there for 24 hours in the fridge and then you can drink it. Just take out the Gallium Aparine and you can drink it. It's got quite a cucumbery kind of hint to it, so it's quite pleasant. It's very subtle, but very, very refreshing. Another way is if you have a juicer, you can put it through a juicer and that will extract the juice too. Or you could crush it with a pestle and mortar if you wanted quite an instant drink and haven't got a juicer, and then put that with apple juice or water through a muslin cloth or something just to sieve out the juices and keep the solid matter away from that. So I hope that's really helpful. I'd love to hear how you get on with making your own drink of Cleavers, Gallium Aparine, to help you detox and cleanse at the spring. It's a lovely, lovely activity, really quick, really easy to do, really nourishing. Yeah, let me know how you get on and take care.